Good morning, everyone. It's October 26, 2018. October has flown by, hasn't it? There's a few on here. I'm going to get to a couple of them now. And when I get to my other location, where my daughter's testing, I will do a couple more. But, a majority of Americans say their financial situation has not improved under Trump. I can honestly tell you that neither is mine. I've been stuck in the same old fucking spot for about 3-4 years. And it has not gotten any better, no matter how much effort I put into making it better. At some point, we just say fuck it. Most Americans are admitting that their financial situation has not improved since the election or selection of President Donald Trump in 2016, according to a survey released only a few weeks before the midterm elections. 62% claim they are not better off under Trump, and yet he loves to brag himself up as the savior of the economy when nothing could be further from the truth. The truth of the matter is the economy is still collapsing, and these phantom jobs that he keeps talking about, I can't tell where the fuck they are. I mean, yes, I am habitually in trouble with the cops, but no jobs. No jobs. And now Mike Adams and Alex Jones are patting each other on the back or sucking each other off because they say they publicly predicted these staged bomb attacks. Of course, I've been talking about how the Democrats will get desperate and start lashing out in many different ways. Here they are lashing out, and they will continue to lash out until the fucking dam breaks. Let's see. Up here. Oh, Twitter can collect your data even if you log out and delete the app. Just so you know. Hundreds of troops head to the border to stop the migrant caravan. I find this to be very troubling. On one hand, we shouldn't be such assholes to these people. On the other hand, we shouldn't let everybody into the country that tries. Can't we do this without being assholes to these people? Because one day, we might need to get the fuck out of here, and if we're assholes to these people now, how do you suppose we're going to get treated then? Probably pretty bad. Probably Mexico will close its border when we need to get the fuck out of here the most. Viral outbreak. College campuses plagued by hand, foot, and mouth disease. How lovely. Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a viral infection common in young children and is more known for shutting down preschools and daycares. However, all that has changed as the infection is now rampant on college campuses. Trade war is getting worse for U.S. businesses. President Trump's trade war is making things even worse than before for businesses in the United States. The trade war has been dragging on for 4 months now, and the pain is being felt financially. You know, you used to be able to own a truck and drive around, collect scrap metal up, and make a pretty decent amount of money. Now, it takes thousands and thousands of pounds of metal to make a couple $100. You would think with this trade war going on with China, the metals and all, you would be able to still make a living doing that. But no, no, no. No independent money making for you or me. The establishment must undermine alternative economists as crisis unfolds, and they will try to undermine the likes of Peter Schiff and, I don't know, Bill Holder, Gregory Mannarino, these guys, but they've been pretty much right the whole time, and myself included. I've maintained for a very long time. I thought the economic shit would be the trigger for the apocalypse or shit hitting the fan, and I still believe that to be the case. Even if some big natural disaster happens, it's going to be the financial part of it that makes it that much worse. So we're not getting very much good news these days. And you know, if there were, I would probably try to bring it to you. I would rejoice with you, but the fact of the matter is, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And the politicians and bankers are to blame. And Peter Schiff says the dollar and the American standard of living are going to be the biggest casualties, and that matches with Deagle.com's forecast to the T. The United States economy is about to crash, and it will take the dollar and the American standard of living with it. Peter Schiff, who I think I've gone over this one with you. He's the CEO of Euro Pacific Capital, and he says that it's time to prepare for the global market crash. I'm not really sure how to prepare for such a thing, but I would guess buying a bunch of food now while it's still fairly cheap and some other stuff would be a good idea. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And here's one from let's see, I think it's Whitehead, John Whitehead. Could be wrong. No, John Whitehead. The poor and the underclass are growing. Racial justice and human rights are non-existent. They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices. Their intention to rule rests with the annihilation of consciousness. We have been ruled into a trance, or lulled into trance, rather. They have made us indifferent to ourselves, to others. We are focused only on our own gain. They live, from John Carpenter. I'm sure you're familiar with that movie. After all, it was kind of a documentary, wasn't it? He says we're living in two worlds, you and I. There's the world we see, or are made to see, and then there's the one we sense and occasionally catch a glimpse of, the latter of which is a far cry from the propaganda-driven reality manufactured by the government and its corporate sponsors, including the media. Indeed, what most Americans perceive as life in America, privileged, progressive, and free, is a far cry from reality where economic inequality is growing, real agendas and real power are buried beneath layers of Orwellian doublespeak and corporate obfuscation, and freedom, such as that it is meted out in small legalistic doses by militarized police armed to the teeth. All is not as it seems. You see them on the street, you watch them on TV, you might even vote for one this fall. You think they're people just like you. You're wrong. Dead wrong. They're not people just like you. They are your enemy. And they want you dead. Or enslaved. But mostly dead. I mean, after all, they do have robots to do their bidding for them now. Have you seen the fucking leaps and bounds made in the robotic technology? It's crazy. It's crazy. In just a few short years, those robots are going to be in most everyone's job. What are they going to do with all the people who have no work? What are they going to do with people like me that's, you know, a heavy equipment operator, forklift operator, that kind of thing? I cringe to think what they're going to try. But, this guy goes over some of the movies that draw strong parallels between our reality and the reality in the movies. I don't know. I just don't know. I do know one thing, though. The only way to stop sociopaths and psychopaths is violence. Without violence, without picking up the gun, without shoving them back into their little creature caves and locking the doors and keeping them there forever, we are doomed to suffer at their hands. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? To suffer, to continue to suffer at the hands of these super rich motherfuckers who deserve to be strung up? I think I would rather string them up than suffer anymore. How about you? Kill the state. Live free.